On this Friday, the 29th of January, I'm TJ Marks, and you're watching This Week in TJ. Our top story today, the much-awaited iPad is nothing more than an iFlop. The 9.5 by 7-inch device looks cumbersome and somewhat dorky to use and travel with. There is no physical keyboard, with Apple instead opting to stick with their proprietary virtual keyboard instead. This means that the device has no real work possibilities. Still, Apple are marketing the device as best suited to surfing the internet. Wait, isn't that the marketing ploy behind the netbook? The iPad literally can only do what the more reasonably sized iPhone and iPod Touch can, and even then lacks some of their abilities. Let's be serious here. Who wants to carry around a device around the size of an A4 piece of paper in order to listen to music, watch movies, and look at photos? And let's face it, in order to get any real use of the unit, you have to purchase the 3G plus Wi-Fi version over the Wi-Fi standalone version, with prices for the 3G plus Wi-Fi version starting at $6.99 US. I call the iPad an iFail. My irk this week is censorship. It seems that we are increasingly being censored as government and corporations scramble to lessen the collateral damage felt by the exposure of previously unseen truths. Now, while such websites as WikiLeaks attempt to expose their wrongdoings, governments are rushing through new laws to stop us seeing what they have to say. Now, this is best demonstrated by the suddenly growing trend of governments to force ISP-based censorship from government blacklists upon us. Fascism, my friends, is clearly alive and well, and it seems to live in almost every so-called free country on the planet. China is pissed off at the US after US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and President Obama both called on China for answers over the recent major hacking event of Google and several other large-scale companies. China has refused to give answers, instead issuing a statement that their country deals with the highest levels of hacking events in the world, and that they do not censor citizens' internet. In other internet news, social networking giant Facebook announced this week the rollout of their new games and apps dashboards. While I praise the fact that they've removed the ability for app designers to contact you through Facebook notifications, they haven't gone quite far enough. Games and apps will still have the ability to request to post to your wall, causing the flood to continue. In addition, game and app developers will now have a direct line of communication through your dashboard. Far from having to ask for your permission, developers will be able to post direct messages to your respective dashboard, as well as flood you with all the actions, achievements, and events your friends take part in without asking your permission. That's all we have time for this week. Until next Friday, you've been watching This Week in TJ.